Welcome. Glad to see you back. Mirror by Sylvia Plath. I am silver and exact. I have no preconceptions. Whatever I see, I swallow immediately, just as it is, unmisted by love or dislike. I am not cruel, only truthful. The eye of a little god, four-cornered. Most of the time, I meditate on the opposite wall. It's pink with speckles. I have looked at it so long, I think it is part of my heart, but it flickers. Faces in darkness separate us over and over. Now I am like a woman. Now I am a lake. Yeah. What is this crazy view? I don't want that vertical view. There we go. Oh, man. Now I am a lake. A woman bends over me, searching my reaches for what she really is. Then she turns to those liars, the candles or the moon. I see her back and reflect it faithfully. She rewards me with tears and an agitation of hands. I am important to her. She comes and goes. Each morning it is her face which replaces the darkness. In me, she has drowned a young girl, and in me, an old woman rises toward her day after day. Welcome to Be in the Light. Good to see everybody. Yeah, Jennifer, good to see you. Lynn, what's up? Oh, man, the whole crew's here. Awesome, 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 awesome. Valencia, hey, how are you? My brother, Arnie. How goes the war, my bro? Yeah. Carol, good to see you. Lynn Juno. You know, Lynn Juno, you're funny. I really get a kick out of you. Yeah. Evelyn. Yeah, Jennifer McCormick, glad to see you as always. Man, I look so forward to our energetic family, for real. Jackie Oliver, hello. Good to see you. Welcome. Super cool. Like, I'm stoked for the show tonight because it's about one of my favorite subjects, mirrors, which we'll get into in just a second. I wanted to give you a little update. You know, I mentioned last week when Leah was on that we had mental health symposium coming up on Thursday and Friday of last week. And those went over gangbusters. And it was just, you know, I've been banging at that for a long time. And you know how it is, like, people don't take the whole energy thing like all that seriously sometimes. And you have to just keep plugging ahead, which we have. And it slowly but surely kind of like got out. And yeah, my girl, Jennifer Rose, what's up? Thanks for coming. It was just really a long road trying to find some cracks into like the healthcare aspect of it, and have doctors and, you know, healthcare professionals, therapists and stuff there. So when it went over, really, we did a sound bath one night, and then we opened up with a cleansing and a blessing and a really massive grounding, which went over really good. I was very, very surprised and highly gratified. Anyway, it's already turned into kind of a monthly gig for us on one level, and then another, we the person that was running the whole show kind of connected us up to another couple people, which I'm going to follow up on tomorrow. So it feels like, man, after year, we did that, the free yoga thing on Sunday mornings, every week for like 3 years, and it just feels really great to be having it kind of grow and start picking some fruit off the tree. So I'll keep you abreast of how that's going. But I just wanted to share, some really good news. There's been such craziness going on that, like, something actually going the way it was supposed to. Woohoo. And it was on May 1st, that beautiful, beautiful full moon. Really amazing. Thanks, Evelyn. Yeah. Oh man. So as always, I want to thank my sponsor, Ernie Mosteller at Fried Okra Entertainment. And I would just really appreciate you guys checking him out on his Instagram page and scoping out his work. Really super nice. Give him some likes. Here, this one's for you, Jennifer. The rose. Black and white flowers, kind of an interesting way to look at it. And it kind of makes you look at them in a really different way too. So anyway, here's his Instagram page. Please go check him out. He's been a real supporter of the show and keeping us going. So give him some love. All right. Okay, before we get cranking, as always, the Monday night lineup. I feel like I'm doing a station promo, which I guess I actually am. Nancy's amazing show, Inner Visions, Outer Journeys, or maybe that's the other way around. You guys have free reign when you see me to just give me a little cap on the back of the head, because I never can remember any of the names right. And then following up tonight, Nancy's going to be back with the amazing Jennifer Rose on Spiritually Fashionable, following up right after this. So make sure you stick around, join them for that. That's always a hoot. And I will be joining Jennifer on Embracing Infinity this Friday. We're going to be talking about connecting, or how connected art and magic are, and how much it's been part of my particular journey, and maybe offer up some tips for, testing that out for yourselves too. So as always, I really enjoy hanging out with Jennifer, and she's just got really great questions. By the way, Embracing Infinity, super good show, man. She's had some amazing guests on there. They always like twist my brain. Colin was on there a few weeks back, and I wound up striking up a conversation with him. He's coming on this show on the 26th. And Jennifer, like, you'll find this really funny. When I was getting ready to go on Jennifer's show, it was like some particular date, but I thought it was the month we were in, not the next month. So I started like doing all the promo. Oh yeah, this week I'm going to be with Jennifer. Yeah. So Colin did the same thing on the 20. He's going to be with us on the 26th. On the 26th of April, he's like, Brian, you need to send me your show link. Is it today? I'm like, no. I'm glad they're doing it this time instead of me. He's a great soul, man. I really have enjoyed getting to know him a little bit, and look forward to a really lively and crazy conversation. Labyrinthian, good to see you as always. Yes. All right. So before we get into the mirrors thing, I just want to put out a word about perspective. And, it's like you learn, and, especially early for me, I would learn a chunk and, wow, I got the whole picture now. Oh man, you go along, wow, whole new chunk, whole new chunk, whole new chunk. So over the decades, I've come to like have my truth of the moment. Like at this moment, with everything I know and everything I've been able to put together so far, this is what truth is for me. But I think also at that same time, I don't think any of us in this field can besides merging with the source, everything behind that is like a little ungraspable at times in its biggest picture, because that picture is huge. Anyway, I wanted to tell you a little story. It was one of my favorite parables that I learned from a Hindu friend of mine. But I think this is like everybody at this point. And it's the story of the six blind monks. They're walking through the city and they come up on an elephant and they can't see it. So they start feeling around, and one of them grabs a leg and thinks it's a tree trunk. One of them's on the side, on the skin, thinks it's like a wall or something. One of them has a tail and thinks he's got a rope. The trunk is a snake, so all of them, because their perspective was limited, thought the whole thing was just a fraction of it. So these days, man, I don't know if there's such a thing as news anymore. I think it's just, what in the world is going on? So, when you're getting pieces and it seems like, oh yeah, this is exactly what's happening, keep a little part of you back and just wait for the picture to get bigger and start pushing the picture out bigger and bigger and bigger, and just keep your perspective on the truth of the moment, the best one you have right to this second, and be prepared for the next second for a bigger one to show up. Kind of my mantra for this period of time is expect nothing and be prepared for anything. Yeah, that way you just keep centered, All right. Let's get into some mirrors. Mirrors go back with me like way, way, way decades back. And in truth, mirrors go back in human culture like as far back as somebody could lean over the pond and see their reflection. It's one of the reasons I picked that poem today, I am the lake. And I think people seeing their reflection opens up some doorways in a lot of different ways. So that's become kind of a ritual device for many, many different things. It's a doorway, a gateway to the spirit world. It's protection. The Chinese use it for protection, and like that's a big thing. And like setting up the room with the proper feng shui is like where to have the mirror to reflect back out energies. And I think one of my favorite things about it is that it is so flexible. Hello, Tammy. Now, welcome. It's so flexible. You can kind of tune it with your intent and charge it up. It's glass. It holds a really, really great charge. And I think it's just absolutely one of my favorite tools for self-exploration, like my shadow work. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I know there's a lot of mediums out there, and scrying and astral travel and summoning spirits. That is an amazing, amazing tool for doing that. You have to be conscientious about your setup and what kind of energies you want to let through on that, unless you're just on open exploration, and then you get what you get. But it's a really deep tool for being able to actually see. Like, I'm such a visual person. I want to see it. And like, there's part of me that just loves like actually being able to see it and not just think about it as a concept. And mirrors are really super great for that. One of my favorite modes is a thing called a black mirror. And if you're not familiar with that, I do strongly encourage you to make one of your own and experiment with it. It's really, really fun to do. It's easy to do, and it's a really excellent um, doorway into the astral spaces. So what you want to do is get a picture frame with glass in it, hopefully unfinished picture frame. I prefer wood, and I usually prefer a clean surface because I want to put symbols on it. But go with your taste and whatever feels good to you, right? And size can vary. I usually try to get it pretty big, so that you have a little space around you, or even a full length mirror. Like, oh, I don't have that back there. Um, but decide on what kind of size you want. Take the glass out of the frame. Make sure you clean it, not just physically with ammonia and vinegar, but also that you want to clean it energetically and get anything out of the glass that's in there. And then you want to paint the back of the glass a really deep, glossy black. My personal preference, because I'm just kind of a fanatic about that, is I love mixing up my own paint and painting it on with a brush. Usually you have to be really careful because you want it to be smooth. You don't want to see any ripples or anything in it. You want it to just be perfectly smooth. And when I'm making my own paint, like you're already juicing up that when you're putting it on, you're juicing it up. So that's my favorite way to do it. You can also use really nice gloss spray paint, but make sure you put on 3, 4, 5 coats and just get it really thick and just super, super smooth. Okay. Then once you have the glass prepared, you want to prepare the frame on it. And I know people that use prayers. I know people that put mantras on it. I know people that put protection symbols on it. I know one person that is like wrote out a blessing in runes and put it around the outside of it. It's pretty much up to you which way you want to go with that. But I always like to make sure it's blessed, and that like I'm gonna choose like the light beings to connect to. So if you've got an unfinished yes, labyrinthian, they are. Do you have experience, like any of you guys that have experience working with them? Please share with us. I would love to hear your experience. So on painting the frame, I usually try to keep it the same color. I usually paint it black so that it stays nice and just kind of looks like a continuation of that. And I usually try to make it gloss so it picks up the reflective quality of the mirror as well. And then once that's done, I use different stuff. It just depends on what the purpose of this. Like, and I try not to use, like, if I'm going to do a lot of medium work, I keep it for that. And it's so inexpensive to make one that, like, if I'm going to use it for something else, for astral travel or spellcast or anything like that, I make a separate one for that specific intent and need. All right, so you've got it all blessed, and you're going to want to charge it with energy. The energy work we talk about all the time, the kind of energy it takes to do some telekinetic stuff. You want to build up that kind of juice, and you want to charge it with that intent, really, really purely. Okay. And if you put your astral eyes on, keep charging it up until the mirror looks a little crackly, like it's got little blue little crackles on it, like just energy jumping all over the surface of it. Okay, so you're ready to use it. I usually like to be in a dark space, but you can pick whatever, environment you want to be in. But I like to not have anything in the background so that it's just the mirror and me. Um, and then when you're going in, like if you wanted to talk to someone departed and do some mediumship stuff like that, just load up that name and start chanting and get really deep and go, if you can take yourself down to blank space at the beginning of those scenarios, that will open up so much faster for you when you come out. Boom, you're already connected to it. So strongly encourage you to give that a roll. The self-exploration part of it, I think, is one of the most important part of it to me. And, there's a lot of ways to approach that. I've stood and looked in the mirror and tried to see myself like outside myself. So it's like an object, like I'm just walking up to some person I see in the street. And because you're kind of flipped around, you can do that like easier. And you just start examining your energy, the energy around you. That's where I really started to push out and be able to see auras by being really supercharged up and looking and just be really focused. Like if you're looking for your aura, you can look right in the mirror and just focus on the tip of your nose, because there's only one small spot in your whole field of vision that's actually in superfine focus. Everything else is in your peripheral vision, and your mind is filling that in. So when you focus just on your nose, you're still seeing the outside of your head and your hair, and it is in your peripheral vision, which will be a little fuzzy. And if you're super jacked up, like if you've done a really intense practice that night and you're really, really, really pumped up, go into the mirror and just like really focus there and just stay, wow, and see what happens and starts to bloom around your head. That's one really great thing. The other thing is, in doing shadow work, you really have to address yourself objectively. And you have to get through the many, many layers of what your ego has built up to tell you who you are. And that whole journey is maybe not so pleasant at times, but the most worthwhile work you can do. So I've often done where I've just focused on my eyes and into the pupils and down deep. And just like we go on that trip down to blank space in the meditation, just sink into your own eyes. And it takes you to this pretty incredible space that strongly encourage you to try out and give a sample to. One of the fun ways that I've worked with mirrors over the years is you can take people's faces, take a really nice straightforward face, and split that in half and mirror it so that both sides of the face are on the same one. You look completely different, and it's a really great way to look at stuff too. And in doing that, like decades ago, I ran across this technique of like the whole mirror scenario. So yeah, here, let me bring up a couple of these. Yeah. So these are all mirror. Well, first of all, these are selfies that I did with my fiber optics brush, and these are light painted. And only like half of that picture is part of the original picture. It's the half that, and then I flipped it and made that mirror image, and doing that like opens up these levels that like, oh man, what is this about? And I've gone down many, 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 many roads. Yeah, and you can really kind of see me in that one, this one too. But it's like different aspects of you, and contemplating those and taking a meditation with those has proven really, really fruitful for me over the years. Yeah, you have to be prepared for yourself not to look good though. Like some of them are pretty grotesque, especially when I'm doing some shadow work. Yeah. Anyway, fun endeavor, the flipping it, if you don't have a if you don't have a yeah, where are you? You should be getting rid of that. Okay. Yeah, if you don't have a graphics program where you can do that mirror thing in there, I'm sure there's an app on the phone or something like that that'll let you do that. Just go experiment. It's become an integral part of my technique. I do it constantly. I don't shoot anything that I don't at least try to mirror. All right, let's see here. We're doing okay. So the shadow work part of it, finding your objectivity about who you are, a great goal. And the more clearly you can see yourself without your constructs on how you want to look to other people, awesome. And the mirror is one of my favorite tools for that, because you're looking at yourself. That's a space where when you start to let go, you can't lie to yourself. You can't front on yourself. And if you can, then that's a whole nother issue that needs to get worked through too. But that's the beauty of that, is that you're just you looking at you. I'd love to offer this up as not a challenge, but try this. I've gone there and asked myself questions, especially, psychomantium. I don't know if you guys are familiar with a thing called the psychomantium that was sort of made famous a few decades ago. And it's where you take a room, like a little closet size room, a little pantry size room, and you take everything out of that, paint the walls black, and make one wall a mirror, and go into the dark room and just look at the mirror and see what comes up. That is a trippy experience, and that was kind of the entryway into some really serious and worthwhile shadow work for me. And the more I find myself cleaning that up, well, the more I find, I think that's just a given. It's just going to go on. But the more I clean stuff up, like, oh, man, the better life winds up being, and your day-to-day existence becomes so much better. Anyway, try out the psychomantium thing. It's really cool for the shadow work. It's amazing for spirit work. And the astral travel part of that too. Like, you're looking at the surface of the mirror, the glass, and you can make that kind of watery. So it's like water, and just push through it and find yourself in other spaces. I have enjoyed those explorations beyond words. Yeah. An invitation. Thank you, Evelyn. That's exactly what it is. Invitation. All right. Let's see. We've got some new people. Welcome, Nadia. Welcome, Nikki. Glad to see you. All right. So make a black mirror. Check it out. If you're a medium and haven't tried that out, I think you're really missing out on something fun, and something that's a whole new kind of venue or the way to get into that space. And I think you really dig it a lot. All right. So let us make some sacred space, and we're going to do our little emergency energy pack tonight, and then we'll do some card readings. All right. I really love this part, bringing in the light, creating our circle, this little energetic field that like so real. So real. Yeah. All right, here we go. With the radiant light of the source, we banish and clean this space. We make this place pure. With the brilliant, radiant light of the source, we banish and clean this space. We make this place pure. With the bright, radiant light of the source, the true light, the place of no duality, home, we banish and clean this space. We make this place pure. We joyously come together to create our sacred space, our place of safety, sanctuary, and light. We ask that our angels, guides, and allies be with us this evening, share their knowledge, their wisdom, and their love of the source. We ask that we have eyes to see, ears to hear, and the wisdom to understand. And with absolute gratitude, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all of it, the good, the bad, and especially the ugly. Infinite, unconditional love. And our wish to this, for bliss to the source, we open our circle. I love it when the light fills up the room and me. Jennifer, that's awesome. Jennifer McCormick says she's going to try it out. Please get back to me and let me know how you do with it. I would love to hear your experience with it. I would imagine you're going to get pretty crazy. You've got some serious skills, girl. All right, we're going to take our ride down to blank space. You guys know the drill. We're going to take a really deep intake of breath. We're going to use our solar plexus to draw in through the nose and make that golden source healing energy, warm and healing. Take it in through your nose and let it just filter all the way down in your body. If you have something that's hurting or you need some help with something specific, tune your intent before you start breathing and just send all that juice to that specific spot. All right. And then on the exhale, all right. And then on the exhale, we're just going to connect our breath, release it really slowly, just follow my voice down. And when we get to the word silence, just freeze frame, stop your thoughts, your body, and just for about 6, 8 seconds, we're just going to hold that still space. And what we do every time when we do that is write that groove deeper and deeper and deeper, and then be able to expand that. That's the hardest space to get to. Next week, we're going to do a meditation show. And I've got a bunch of different methodologies for you. I'm pretty stoked about that. But out of it's the most productive and the most rejuvenative meditative space, but it's also the most difficult to make the mind just shut off. So we're going to be cranking on that right now. We're going to do 2. We'll wait 6, 8 seconds. On the third one, we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. I don't expect you to hold your breath for that long unless you can, and it's not a struggle. But just take really shallow breaths, just enough to keep you going. And the key is not to start thinking about breathing or other stuff, and just for 30 seconds, just stay in that stillness where you're aware, but you're not thinking, you're not evaluating, you're not judging. You're not talking about yourself to yourself. Yeah, all right. Then after that, we'll do a nice little energy ocean meditation and combine up some of our techniques and get a nice little juicy cleansing, get all sparkly. All right, so here we go. Inhale. In through the nose, use your solar plexus. Really fill it up as much as you can. And release the sounds, the noise, the chaos of the world fading into the distance. No thought, no mind. Deeper, deeper. Silence. And inhale, really stretch it out. Bright gold energy. The healing of the source. And release. Sinking deeper into the stillness. The bliss of the quiet. No future, no past. Deeper silence. And last one, we'll hold this one. Inhale. Really stretch, pack it in as much as you can. When you think you're full, put a little more. And release. Deeper, deeper into the quiet. Silence. $15. And 30. Take a nice deep breath. Stay in that space. Bring yourself out of that space, and you're floating on the surface of the energetic ocean. Just the slightest ripple caressing you, completely relaxed. All right, I want you to grab one of your fingers, thumb for worry, index for fear, middle finger for anger, ring finger for grief. And just hold that through the course of the meditation. We're going to do a box breathing sequence that is 4 counts of an inhale, 4 counts of hold, and that will be 1, 2. The word exhale will count for 2 counts. So hold that all the way through the word till I start counting down. And the same with the inhale, hold. We're going to do 4 in, 4 hold, 8 exhale. And when you exhale, I want you to hum like as deep as you can. Like be one of those monks with the and just get a resonance happening, all right? We're going to do 4 of those. On the inhale, I want you to just take in a fresh batch of energy from the energy ocean around you. It can flow into every part of your body simultaneously. Just on your inhale, just pull that energy in. All right, we'll hold it. And then on the exhale, as you're humming, just push out any kind of negative energy, any kind of energy that's worn out, needs replacing and replenishing. All right, and we're just going to circle that. So grab a finger, you're floating on the ocean, and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. Push it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. Hum it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, inhale. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, exhale. Push and hum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And rest. All right. Take 3 nice deep breaths. With each breath, come back to your body, back to the physical world. That energy ocean is a space you can go to anytime you want. On the astral, that's a real place. All right. So you just hummed, made some nitric oxide, you balanced an emotional jag, you got some intake of fresh energy and a cleansing, so you got a little mini grounding. It's a really nice 5-pack in one. And we rode down to 0 space. There we go. All right. All right. Anybody looking for a reading here tonight? We got time to pull some cards. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Evelyn. Use that gold light, baby. Yeah, that stuff's amazing. It really is. All right, I'm going to pull a group card for us. All right, Jess, I'll get you next. All right, let me go ahead and get this. Clean up a little bit here. Oh man, I didn't do my setup right here. Bear with me just 1 second. Stay in that space. All right. B. What a bunhead. All right, let's try this. There we go. All right, making a comeback here. All right, everybody just concentrate really hard. This will be our group reading for the week. Words of wisdom for our energetic family. Words of wisdom for our energetic family. Words of wisdom for our energetic family. Oh, nice. All right. Number 8, the angel of divine blessings. Where'd I go here? There we go. Yeah, I told myself this week I was going to start using my new deck, but like I love my deck. I'm going to use it till it falls apart, which may not be that different. All right. This could not be any more appropriate. This is number 8, the angel of divine blessings. Karmic lessons are never easy. Maybe we should just stop the reading right there. Accept this and understand the challenge. Don't surrender. Find your new treasures in the rubble of the old. New potentials are created by a possible setback. Worry takes you out of the moment. Pull out the Jinzanjitsu. Worry takes you out of the moment. The only place where you can affect change. Live in the moment and handle the bumps as they come. Stay clear of the what ifs of tomorrow and the if onlys of yesterday. You're experiencing a deep spiritual need. Go deep within and seek inner counsel. Blank space is the best place in the world for that. Your preoccupation with the past and the future has you stuck in a loop. You have accustomed yourself to suffering. A difficult collapse can free you. Whether or not you can recycle the debris of the collapse into something better totally depends on you and the people you choose to surround yourself with. When you find things difficult, are difficult to understand, just keep positive. Just keep positive and look for the light ahead. It's right over the hill. Everything changes. Nothing is forever, especially a bad situation. All right, Jess, this one's for you. All right, Jess, concentrate really hard. If you have something specific you want to know about, really focus on that and beam that one to me. And if not, well, they're always good for the general wisdom. Really focus. Words of wisdom from my friend Jess. Words of wisdom from my friend Jess. Words of wisdom from my friend Jess. Ah, yes. Number 44, the angel of the karmic warrior. Wow, we have a theme already this evening. There you go. You have let your disappointment grow. Your dreams have been stifled. Your plans are in ruin. This is not the time for rash decisions. A knee jerk reaction will only hurt more. You can't put the milk back in the glass no matter how hard you try. Continue to see the obstacles, that obstacles could be overcome. There is always hope. Go ahead and cry. Let your tears fall like rain. What you've learned from this experience will bring you joy tomorrow. Tomorrow brings a new dawn and another chance to do it better. Your courage blossoms from your broken dreams. It's always the darkest before the light blooms. You know, they always say it's at the moment of greatest darkness that you become aware of the light within you. And that place, that light within you, that's also connected to the source, is the place of ultimate refuge and solutions. It's There is always hope. This experience is at an end. It is an end, not the end. It is also an opportunity for a brand new beginning. Focus on happy news coming your way. Make a conscious effort to let go. You have learned well from past experience. Accept the support from others. Look forward to new friendships, new interests, and new occupations. Take time to see what remains important to you, even in the face of a difficult time. You know, this the tarot card that goes with this is the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups. A lot of versions of that card is a guy standing with five cups around him. Three of them have fallen over, and like he's pouring out grief into what's been lost and what's gone. But the truth of the matter is, there's still two full cups, and those are the cups that really mattered. And like, oh, so hold on to that and change your focus, to the future and the great, wonderful treasures that you already have, that are you already. And realizing that can bring a lot of joy. And, you know, I start every day. This sounds hokey, but I start every day. I get up, have a nice cup of coffee or tea, and I watch the sunrise rise right out my off my front porch. And I just, you know, like we do in the dedication to opening the circle, I pour my love without any expectation to the source, and I work and foster that connection on a really, really deep level. And the more I water that and grow that and come to a deeper and deeper and deeper understanding that I am the true light. It's not something I need to connect to. I'm already connected all the time. And there's great joy and bliss and peace in that space. So I offer that up to you as a really great little tool to work. All right. Jennifer Lee. Jennifer, focus really hard. 3 deep breaths. Bring it down to stillness. Words of wisdom from my friend Jennifer Lee. Words of wisdom from my friend Jennifer Lee. Words of wisdom from my friend Jennifer Lee. Number 68, the angel of healing. I love my relationship with these guys. Exercise your intuition, awareness, and correct response, and ask yourself if the time to leave has really come. Sometimes the memory of when things were good keeps you tied to something that it no longer is good. Is there a single indication that this situation still gives you joy and meaning? Are you leaving the situation because of the lack of courage to really pursue it with all your heart and squeeze every drop you can get from it? Um, the pattern sometimes is to become involved in relationships, work, or projects, and then run away when it gets difficult or when the time comes for an actual commitment. Be aware of your material pleasures or when you have an urgent need for money. Acknowledge these needs and your desire for complete change and a different vibration. The vibration that you put out, the frequency that we vibrate at, creates the world around us. The things that show up, the people that show up, the situations that present themselves, all are appropriate to that frequency. So if you want to change those things, change your own frequency first. That's always the first place to start, right in the mirror. Yeah. When you become bored, you can lose focus. Focus all your energy on a brand new direction. You are now more than ready to break your overextension habits and stop suffocating your emotional vitality. Be absolutely sure before you make any big changes. Wow, they're intense tonight, man. That's the way they roll. All right, Evelyn, I'm going to take care of you tomorrow. So if I have, we're running out. So I'm going to jump to Labyrinthian. All right, girlfriend, you know the drill. Really deep, really focused. Words of wisdom from my friend Labyrinthian. Words of wisdom from my friend Labyrinthian. Words of wisdom from my friend Labyrinthian. Wow, this one jumped out of the deck. Happens to be my birthday angel, number 31, the angel of intellectual talent. We are constantly evolving, and reality around us is always changing. Staying healthy and whole requires constant change. Be like water. Remain flexible, versatile, and adaptable. Some situations will call all of your energy just to keep going. The habitual nature of your routine gives you a false sense of security. Sometimes it's a comfortable lie. All great masters were apprentices first. You must be willing to undergo an apprenticeship and learn and acquire your mastery. Only then will you be recognized. You do things you have passion for and believe they are worthy of your time and effort, and they are. Take care of yourself and your own needs. Yeah. Make sure you stay at the top of the list. Get your finances in order. Do not move in the extremes now by overextending yourself externally. You know both your medium and your message so well that you work in harmony with their natures. You must care about your work. It must relate to the world. It must give you joy. The tarot card for this is the Eight of Pentacles. It's the apprentice card. You know, a lot of times this sort of speaks to like a new gig, learning something new, and these days it's like you've got to be prepared to learn something new like every single second of the day. Anyway, if this is like a new job or a new learning experience, well, it usually relates to a job because it's like you're getting paid a little bit. You have a master that takes you under their wing and shows you the ropes and how things really work and that. So it's a really super cool card for learning, taking on new endeavors. And, if a job change is something that's kind of been kicking around, would be a pretty good indication that that would work out in a great way. All right, Jennifer McCormick. All right. All right, Jennifer, you know what to do. Words of wisdom from my friend Jennifer McCormick. Words of wisdom from my friend Jennifer McCormick. Words of wisdom from my friend Jennifer McCormick. Number 13, the angel of fidelity, loyalty, and allegiance. Ego represents the non-trusting, cynical, over-analytical part of your brain that hates to make decisions. It is always feeling held back, experiencing some anxiety or hurt. Your fear can blind you. It can create confusion. You're fighting too many battles at once, which keeps your vision on minutia and creates indecision, wasting precious energy. You are unable to see or think clearly now. You need help and good advice. Go deep inside yourself. Master that blank space. Master that. That is such an opportunity for you in more ways than I could even begin to tell you. You are not being held back by external force. It is your own training and your belief system and your own thought processes. You blindly accept what you have been taught. Realizing how much you don't know is the first step to the truth, at least the truth of the moment. Without enlightenment, you will never be able to say, this is the truth. This is the way things really are. Nothing prevents you from leaving. You are held only by your own illusions. Black Mirror for you, girl. Oh, you're going to love it. Yeah. Okay. The tarot card that goes with this is the Eight of Swords. Yeah. So, when you're walled in, sometimes it feels like you're walled in. Sometimes, all right. One of the original images for this is this king up on the balcony overlooking the kingdom, and on the railing in front of him are eight swords stuck in. It looks like a jail cell, and like it can't go any farther. And he's looking out, and he feels like he's trapped, and he's in jail. But the truth of the matter is the whole room in the back of him is open. He can go out any other door he wants to go. So the thought to this card and what I want to give you is sometimes it's just the nature of your perspective that's making you feel walled in. And even a slight change in your perspective, in your mood, in your energetic frequency can make a huge change. Your perspective, change the world. No truer words wherever. I haven't found a better one for that one yet, by the way. That's been true forever for me. All right. Let's see. We got time for a few more, I think. Let's see here. I think there was somebody else I'm missing here. Hang on. All right. All you guys are welcome, man. It is such my pleasure and a gift to be able to connect and merge and do something in the light. It's a real treat. Yes. Arnie Layton, my good brother. All right, we'll wrap it up with you. Hey Nancy, how are you? Great show tonight. All right, Arnie, you know the drill, man. Take 3 with me, all right? Words of wisdom from my good friend Arnie. Words of wisdom from my good friend Arnie. Words of wisdom from my good friend Arnie. Wow, I had another jumper. This is a trippy card, number 66, the angel of the knowledge of good and evil. Yeah, we're having a show on duality here in a couple of weeks. Oh, bear with me. Here we go. Your belief system is your connection to your mental foundation. It is from there that you take amazing leaps of consciousness, then return to regroup and renew. You have wit and cunning, the ability to create plans and strategies. When the odds seem to be against you, that's when you're at your best. Well, you know that already. You seek creative ways to disarm the enemy. You see things clearly and think ahead. Your intention to detail and preparedness heads off many potential pitfalls. Do something daring that proves your bravery, skill, speed, and cunning. Always have plan B and C and D, E, F, G, and and your moves in advance for later actions. You are perfecting your mastery and wisdom. You grow and gain insight as you learn to control your power, emotions, and intuition. Yeah. Truth of the moment, my brother. Yeah. All right. Oh, we've got one last one here. All right, Catherine. Yeah, we can do that. All right, Catherine. 3 really nice deep breaths. Get really focused. Words of wisdom from my friend Catherine. Oh, hey, Katie. All right. Focus really hard. All right. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Words of wisdom from my friend Katie. Words of wisdom from my friend Katie. Words of wisdom from my friend Katie. Number 62, the angel of the desire to know. You were defeated, and now you feel the pain and despair. See how your mind is quick to grab the negative wave of energy. This creates doubt and pessimism. Take a hard, objective look at your defeatist expectations. You let your victory be stolen by your own inner skeptic and his doubt and skepticism. You're overdue for an attitude adjustment. Pride is your enemy. Pride is the deceiver. Let it go. Release this narrow viewpoint. Your own ego is inhibiting you. It seeks to maintain its image no matter what. Shadow work, black mirror, shadow work. Like sift through the layers of that construct. Uh, Allow yourself to be sensitive to a deception in a personal situation. Be fully aware of the reason for all this emotional turmoil. You are involved in an unfair decision that is hard to correct. Be patient with your emotions. Be kind to yourself and those around you. All right. Yeah, work on it. Yeah. It's your own frequency that needs to change first. And whether it was unfair or not, it is what it is. And you have to take into account the probability that the reason that took place is because of what you're putting out. You know, sometimes it seems like stuff's being done to us, but when our frequency is at a place where we need specific lessons to evolve and to elevate and to raise our frequency, those lessons come in the form of people and situations. But it's not that the universe is doing that to us. That was the lesson of the moment. So the faster you can concentrate, step outside yourself and your need for rightness and look at that whole situation objectively, you're going to find a really clear answer and start like attracting different lessons, but also different situations and scenarios that are more in tune with the real you and not the fearful you. That fear thing, man. Whew. Right. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Well, I've worn out my welcome again for tonight. Thank you guys for coming. As always, if you could hit the hashtag live in there, leave a comment down below, subscribe, hit the like button. All of that stuff helps, and I would appreciate that help very, very much. If you're interested in getting in touch, you can always reach me through wizard@wizardabad.com at the bottom of the screen. Happy to communicate with you. And if any of the practice stuff is actually kicking in, you have questions about it, want to know how to go further, please get in touch with me. I love helping in those scenarios. Let's see. Jennifer McCormick says, sometimes we feel like we're being buried when in fact we're being planted. Oh my God, what a great comment. That could not be no truer words. Excellent. Thank you, Jennifer. That was beautiful. Yeah. All right. So enjoy your week. Bask in the bliss of the sun and the source, and take yourself to the energetic ocean when things get crazy and just chill out, get a nice little grounding, a charge up, and work your tools. All right. Love you guys very, very much. Yeah, let's see. Let's close it up for tonight. You're very welcome. All right. With great joy, we come to the end of our gathering and send everyone on their bright and sparkly way. We thank the angels, our guides and allies, for their wisdom, their knowledge, and their love of the source. And with absolute gratitude for all of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, infinite, unconditional love, and our wish for bliss to the source. Until next week, we close our circle.